What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Connor's Comics News, and let's jump right into it. Our first story here, Nova is officially going to Disney Plus with a Moon Knight writer, Sabir Perzetta, I believe is how you pronounce his name, will be writing the Nova project coming to Disney Plus. We're not sure if it's a show or a movie. I'd assume it's probably a show, and it's probably be Sam Alexander based, but we don't know. I guess only time will tell. Wonder Man has also been confirmed. I believe that's going to be a show. Destin Daniel, who worked on Shang-Chi, and Andrew Gust, who worked on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, will team up to write the Wonder Man project. Daniel Craig is rumored to be playing Wonder Man since he has now moved on from his 007 work. But we have seen Nathan Fillion from Firefly play Wonder Man in a deleted scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But I think it's more of a joke, kind of just because he's friends with James Gunn, and he probably got cut because they realized they may want to use him in the future. And Nathan Fillion, he's in his 50s, just late 40s. He doesn't want to sign on to another, major project. That he's still getting plenty of residual checks for Firefly. Thunderbolts is supposed to begin filming this summer, which seems very early, but directed by Jake Schreier. Reportedly, there's a lot of rumors going around. Zemo, Yelena Belova, Cortessa Valentine, U.S. Agent, Taskmaster, Ghost, Punisher, Deadpool, Elektra, White Vision, Abomination. There's a lot of the characters being thrown around for a lineup. We're not exactly sure who we're getting just yet. My biggest bet is I think they're going to do Everett Ross for Red Hulk. It'll be kind of like a government agent put on the team. To kind of keep Cortessa in line is my guess. Or maybe Everett, becomes Red Hulk at some point and he kind of gets himself out of line and, she's whipping him and back in place. But I think he's always kind of been the idea for Red Hulk, because I don't think William Hurt was ever going to be a long-term player, consider if they were going to push him into a hero role. So I think his son, Everett Ross, will be our Red Hulk. KZO 17s, I believe. It's a book to look out for. Ironheart began filming. We don't know a whole lot about the cast. I mean, we know some people that are cast. We don't know who they're playing other than Dominique Thorne is Riri. But Manny Montana from the Mayans, Anthony Ramos, Harper Anthony, and Lyric Ross are all connected to the show. So like I said, it just began filming, so we'll see where that goes. But I don't think we know really much about this show at all. So Echo began filming. They dropped a set photo, and there's really nothing else to go off of. Guess we'll see what happens out of that show. I have to assume that maybe Daredevil's going to show up in some capacity, but who knows. Craven is reportedly going to be an animal lover and protector of nature. He sounds like he's more of a male Poison Ivy to me, but what do I know? Adriana Barros, DeBose, I think is how you spell her last name. I don't know. Is supposed to be playing Calypso. Fred Henninger is going to be Chameleon. Christopher Abbott is going to be Forager, which that'll be really interesting to see. Alessandro Nivola is going to play an unnamed villain. I don't really know who they're going to do for a Craven villain, to be honest with you, because I don't know who I would pick. I'll be very curious who that's going to be. And Russell Crowe is a undisclosed role. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be Silver Sable's father. His name is Ernest, I think his first name is something like that. But Silver Sable is also rumored to appear in this show, and in connection with Black Cat. I know the two of them kind of been thrown around for almost a decade now by Sony, but Black Cat's rumored to be in the Madam Web film, which will be directed by the same person who worked on Jessica Jones, which is kind of interesting. Dakota Johnson is cast for Madam Web, and rumors Charlotte Ryder will appear, of course, the granddaughter of Madam Web and the fourth Spider-Woman. So I'll be interested to see if she appears in any capacity in the show, or movie rather, but I have no real faith in that. Across the SpiderVerse got a little snippet. Reportedly, over 244 different Spider variants are supposed to appear in this movie. That's a lot. I couldn't even name you that many. I could probably get to 75, maybe 80 variants, but I don't even know if I could do that off the top of my head. 244 is a lot. They got to be making some up, I have to assume. But like I said, we saw Spot, so that was kind of cool. It's cool to see his book explode. I'm sure it's gonna come down in the next week or so. But it's, what's it, 4 issues in the Peter Parker Spectacular run? Those first 4 issues, what's it, 97 through 100. They're all spiking like crazy right now. Now is not the time to buy. Give it, if you need a spot, give it a few months. That book come way down. Wait, so that's a book that's plummeted. It's Friendly Spider-Man number 6 and number 7 came way down the way. You probably get 6 for $15-$20 shift. That book came way down. I'm sure the book's gonna come back up because that was something that was a little bit different than any other book that's peaked in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, you've had a lot of guys, buying up doubles and triples and speculating and, dumping stuff onto the market and pumping and dumping, guys like Comic Tom's, hyping up stuff right before they sell it off, and Key Collector and all that. With this book, nobody was buying it up. And, maybe you'll see some guy on Facebook saying, oh, I've been buying Elm Way to up for, whatever. But largely speaking, nobody was buying this book up. And this wasn't a book that they could manipulate the market with. So it's interesting to see how now I think it's to the point where everybody kind of got their copies, and the spec guys are grabbing their copies like crazy, and they're all frantic because they couldn't pump and dump. So you might see a second wave of this book hit around a trailer. I think this book's going to go back up to a $50, $60 title again. But like I said, $15-$20 shipped roughly is what it's going for right now. So if I were you, maybe I'd think about grabbing a copy. Who knows? I mean, mind you, Bad Bunny's playing them. He has a deal with WWE. I believe he still has that deal because he did, 4 WrestleManias? So he has a building wrestling audience, and he's a Latin artist who just finished a sold-out stadium tour in the States. That's ridiculous. That's something I don't think any Latin artist has ever done in the States. He's one of the biggest artists, period, right now. So, music's not for me personally, but he still brings the money. Moving on from Marvel news, Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to head to theaters for a 5-hour marathon. I'm recording this the night before Obi-Wan's season finale debuts, and reportedly that is supposed to be an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, based off of this. This is going to be a 5-hour and 20-minute marathon, and, some guys doing some math figured that it was about an hour and a half for a finale. Why they wouldn't do an 8-episode series, I have no idea, instead of 6. If we have an hour and a half in the last episode, where you could just break that up into 8 episodes, it makes no sense to me. But regardless, that's the current rumor. We'll see if it's true in the morning, I guess. And supposedly, season 2 is already in the works. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But I'd be very curious to see where this series is going. eBay is going to do their own live sales in, I assume, reaction to Whatnot's recent success, because Whatnot's been going crazy. I've seen a lot of success on Whatnot, both buying and selling. I enjoy the app. I enjoy a lot of people in the app. I enjoy a lot of the guys behind the scenes. It's just a good vibe, And I haven't heard anybody that's made the jump or talking about making the jump from Whatnot to eBay's new live sales. But I mean, it's in beta right now. It's not officially out yet, so we'll see where all that goes. But, Whatnot already got all the YouTube guys. They got a lot of the Instagram live guys, a lot of the Facebook live guys, all over onto their platform. They sold a lot of the eBay guys, honestly. I don't know if eBay's acted soon enough to be able to grasp any, amount of that, at least in the comic market, that is. I'm sure they'll still make their money because eBay's made a name for themselves in the last 2 decades. But I think Whatnot made a big claim on the Funko market, the comic market, and they definitely, did a pretty big bump in the shoe market and the action figure market. So it'll be interesting to see how the live sales, affect all that. But that's just something to keep an eye out on. Midnight Suns is getting a new series coming in the fall. Coming a new comic series. Also, the game's coming out. I think this is all kind of leading out to the Midnight Suns appearing in the MCU. I've always kind of said some of the new comics seem to be affected by the MCU. Kang came out around the same time as Loki. Like, all that kind of little stuff. Like, the Kazar miniseries came out around the same time as Doctor Strange. And there's all Savage land rumors and all that went crazy. So I think Midnight Suns is kind of a given. I've been saying that for forever now. I mean, Elsa Bloodstone's been very quietly cast. Man-Thing's been quietly cast. Morbius got a movie. Blade's coming. Moon Knight is already here. It's kind of a given. Jack Russell. Well, I don't think it's going to be Jack Russell, but Where If My Night is coming. It's kind of a given at this point. So I'll be very interested to see where that all leads. Kaiju number 8, though, has been confirmed for animated adaptation. That is an interesting. I want Kaiju guys. I'll show up regardless. But be interested to see how that looks. They had, I think, 4 volumes come out for the book and a free comic day issue that didn't have the Kaiju in it. Kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But maybe I'll check out the anime, grab the first volume. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Reaction kind of blew me out of the water a little bit because they announced some new Godzilla figures because they did Shogun Warrior based off of the original Shogun Warrior Godzilla. He was about 3-4 inches tall, and now they're doing a new wave based around more movie accurate designs. They're doing 2 Godzillas, Mecha Godzilla, Jet Jaguar, Mothra, and a Rodan. They look sharp. The cards look good. The figures look good. The concept's gonna be very interesting. Definitely buying the whole wave. And Playmates announced today, I believe, or yesterday, that they're doing this Titan tech with the new figures. Still kind of riding the MonsterVerse wave. They're kind of like, they remind me of the old Trendmasters Doom Island figures that never came out. I think I have one of the prototypes over there where their legs fold out and there's like a gun in there and a knife comes out of Godzilla's shoulders and stuff like that. It's kind of what they're getting at, it seems, with the Titan tech stuff. It's just a little more straightforward, a little more mainstream, less like giant guns sort of thing. Less 90s, I guess. Amber Turd, drop from Aquaman 2. That was kind of interesting to see. I'm pretty sure James Wan and Jason Momoa kind of died on a hill for her to stay. And I guess the Discovery guys came in and swept it all under the rug. I mean, look at what's going on with Ezra Miller right now. I think Discovery needs to step in and do something with that kid. I mean, there's the grooming allegations for the 18-year-old. There's an instance where he was bailed out of the bar, or bailed out after he got in like a fight or altercation at a bar. And then like a day or two later, this couple had put a restraining order against him, and then he assaulted some lady, threw a chair at her. It's crazy. It's just getting worse and worse and worse for the kid. I think he just needs to step out and step back for a little bit and just kind of put the brakes. I don't know if he has a mental issue or something. I hope for the best for everybody involved. But that seems to be about it for news this week. Follow me here on Facebook and Instagram. I post daily on Instagram, weekly on Facebook. I have a group called Fams Unleashed on Facebook. We're great inside scoop on the behind the scenes, the Connors comics and other things. Great conversations. Multiple posts a day on there. Working on my own comic and my own movie. Plus, there's merch available now. I got sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, cinch sacks. Got my own card going. So yeah, check it out and hope you guys enjoyed.